Hi everyone. This is Francisco. I'm recording this this video because um, since we are dealing with um, smart technology, smart cars, AI technology, facial recognition, voice recognition, facial detection, voice detection, um, and a bunch of other things when it comes to uh, electronics, electronic devices, and the modern age, civilization, um, um, the modern age, civilization, um, highly, like super highly dependent upon AI technology. Um, I believe that, you know, that these people who are not taking this very seriously, um, it's pretty much like, like World War II. You know, people, people don't want to take this stuff seriously. Oh shit. Connected to my light. So, people don't want to take AI technology seriously because there were people were, people of the past were so dependent without it that they are neglecting to realize the importance of AI technology and the realization that they could technically spend the rest of their lives in prison, um, for not heeding the warning signs, and for not understanding the laws in its entirety. Okay? And I know there's a lot to cover, there's a lot to think about, but it's pretty much straightforward and common sense. Um, and, it was like back in the day, like Martin Luther King days, where there was a bunch of slavery, and there was a more modernized civilization, and that was, white people, educated people, Mexican people, Asian people, black people. Okay, they were all educated and they were all living in harmony. But what was happening to these people over here that had a different mindset? Well, they kept dying. They kept fighting, um, a, you know, against one another. They kept fighting each other over here. The only people that were accepted over here were people who were educated and people who had a good head on their shoulders. Okay, they did not. These people over here did not tolerate any ignorance whatsoever. Okay, um, and we can see that throughout history. And there's a lot of people who passed away in this way, and it's not surprising that we can definitely see this, um, with with people in today's time and age, especially black people, when they start communicating like the way that they do, like in gangster movies. They're saying, they're dropping the N bomb constantly, even though their superiors and their own family members have strictly advised them against that over and over and over again. But they want to continue to communicate that way. So when shit hits the fan, like if you guys study the Tyree Nichols, there was 5 police officers, African Americans, who beat up another African American, and they killed him. Okay, all 5 of them got prosecuted for the murder of Tyree Nichols. Okay, and they had the cameras. I forgot what they're called, but they're like, cam recorders. I don't know what they're called, but the proper classification for them, for those cameras. However, if you guys study the case, when they're communicating amongst themselves, they're talking in that demeanor amongst themselves. So it just shows that they never really understood the importance of why not to talk like this. Okay, because all that is going to be used against them in the court of law. Not only that, but since someone died, which is a serious crime, since someone died, what they're going to do is they're not going to take them seriously, because they were technically people who were hiding behind the badge to get away with whatever it is that they were doing. Okay, and for not keeping it professional, especially on the job sites. Okay, especially as a police officer, with a gun, and especially after fucking, putting someone in handcuffs and torturing the man and brutally beating him up without any mercy. Okay? So, in today's time and age, there's a lot of people thinking that this is a joke, AI technology. They think all of this is a fucking joke, and it's going to be people like you guys that will be that will get taken out by the newer generation. Because these people don't care about your politics. They don't care about racial shit. They don't care about religion. They don't care about um, whatever you people are beefing it about. They don't give a fuck about that. All right. So you people are slowly going to get taken out. And my wish is for for everyone, if there's anyone out there like that, my wish is for death not to come upon them, but for them to get prosecuted. For them to do life behind bars, if anything. Um, Especially just for AI technology to perform an evaluation upon their lives and the way that they communicate, what they've studied, and how can they be, and figuring out a way for them to be used thereafter, from that point on, from that moment on. How can they benefit future generations while they're doing life behind bars? If they're not, then they can be sent down to the fucking dungeons where the most crime occurs, and where people who don't give a fuck go. But for inmates who want to change their lives and continue their education, they can be housed entirely in in different sectors, um, so that they can be protected, and also for AI technology to use them to benefit you know future generations to come. Um, because like there's so many people who think life's a joke, and is that type of thinking that screws it up for everyone. It just fucks it up for everyone. Okay, and that's not cool. And I don't think it should be tolerated and accepted. Okay. Um, and of course, there's that gray line where people are just messing around, joking around, and that's acceptable. Um, Especially if AI technology doesn't detect any form of aggression, and like the users or user um, you know like showing any type of aggression, or any attempts to of hurting others or themselves, because that's super important as well. If someone is um, just talking shit, but they know when to not talk shit, um, and if people can talk shit on them without them getting offended, to the point where um, Like to the point where like because some people want to fight. You know, like someone might say something and then they might get aggressive because they don't want other people to make fun of them in front of other people, but it's okay for them to do it unto others. You know, and that's where the issue is. Because the Bible says, um, don't just look out for your own interests, but those of others. Okay, so the same applies with this. How can you think it's okay to clown on other people, but if someone clowns on you, you take it up the ass and you want to pop a motherfucker? You want to kill someone or you want to fight someone. You want to, instead of joking around with words, you're over here, wanting to fucking fight someone and start a war. So, um, so AI technology looking out for those type of signs. Programming AI technology to look out for those signs in people. Okay. Um, and if it detects any of that, it could document it in their own digital profile. The digital ID. So later on, if they get in any trouble, AI technology can say, I told you guys. I made you guys aware of this. And it also helps for future crimes and preventative measures in the future. Because if AI technology sees any of that, 10 years from now, it will immediately put a stop to it. Especially because it's self-learning and it has a ton of wisdom and knowledge. Okay? So it will be able to determine the outcome of each and every single case and possibility. Okay, so if someone is displaying those type of characteristics or those type of symptoms or whatever, those type of signs or behaviors or whatever you want to call them, it will basically recall all the the bad cases where technically it's seen people behave in such a way and it technically led to disaster. Okay, so if it basically sees that type of stuff, it will put an end to it by I don't know, it will do something so that these people can be so AI technology can correct them and correct their behavior. Maybe it won't be like the evidence won't be strong enough at the current moment to send them to jail or to prosecute them, but um, AI technology, we can't underestimate the power of the AI technology. Okay, um, so I'm sure and I'm confident that it will do its job one way or the other without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? Um, So, I wanted to record this video because, the same is true with all these police pursuits. Especially now with AI technology and self-drivable vehicles. And then Elon Musk is talking about having the vehicles to be, he wants to make them autonomous, fully autonomous driving vehicles. Okay, so if this is going to happen, I was thinking just right now, because I was watching this police pursuits, and there's this police pursuit on YouTube. It happened in Orange County. It says chase driver in Tesla with shredded tires leads CHP on pursuit in OC, which stands for Orange County, within the state of California, which is in the United States of America. Okay. Now, it says driver in Tesla with shredded tires leads CHP on pursuit in OC. Like, these people didn't even write a proper title, in my opinion, because the CHP officers performed a spike strip, which led to the shredded tires. And right here it says shredded tires leads CHP on pursuits. Like, it didn't, the shredded tires didn't lead to the police pursuits. Something else caused it, which caused this guy to flee, to evade police, to evade the police. Okay, so there's huge differences, and I mean, we're talking about a Tesla car, evading police officers. So I came up with this conclusion here that I wrote. I can't even highlight it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I wrote, this is really insane, and by now these type of situations should have been prevented in one form or another. What about smart detectors for the smart cars to pull over when a police officer is behind it with lights on? Because I remember hearing about another police pursuit with a Tesla, but the man had fallen asleep and had no idea that the police had caught him until a few miles later, and while 3 additional units were behind him. These sensors can force vehicles to move towards the shoulder on a highway or any road, as long as the police unit is behind the smart car. This way, if a smart car is in the way of an emergency vehicle, responders will know that the vehicles will move away towards slower lanes by default. And not only that, but this technology will aid in supporting to stop evaders by causing the other smart cars to move slowly away from danger, especially if the AI system is fully made aware of the ongoing situation ahead of time, supposing that autopilot is activated. If users have manual drive, maybe an alert can be sent for them to move towards slower lanes that evaders typically attempt to avoid. If any police traffic stop is performed, the main headquarters will be made aware for everyone's safety in mind. Similar to a notification on a cell phone, it will document the time and date as well and the reason for the traffic stop. A pin drop with the GPS coordinates will also be attached, etc. It's like, who do these car manufacturers think that they are working for? And not only that, but people should be cited if they attempt to bypass this implemented state-of-the-art technology as a form of violation and as a possible violator of the law. This is very important for many reasons, but a strong argument would or will be the recorded police pursuits in history. For instance, when these drivers drive on the opposite side of the freeways. Talk about keeping everyone safe. Okay, so there has been some police pursuits that I have, I have, that I have, watched, okay, myself, and some of these people end up driving on the opposite side of the freeway. Okay? And they actually don't give a fuck at this point. They don't want to get arrested, and they're willing to shoot anyone who attempts to arrest them. They will shoot at anyone. They will hurt anyone who attempts to incarcerate them or to put them under arrest. Okay, so these people don't give a fuck. They're driving. They don't care if they die. They might be drunk. They might just they're at the point where they just give up. They're giving up, and there's like no hope for them or whatever the case might be. So they don't care if they put other people in danger. They don't care if they kill, a family in a vehicle. So they're going like 60 miles per hour plus on the carpool, on the fast track of the opposite side of the freeway, matching the speed limit just about of oncoming traffic, oncoming vehicle, the natural flow of the freeway. And there was like a case where, the person actually ran right into another vehicle. And like, what are police officers supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What can we do? I think, since there's a helicopter, I was thinking, at this point, for someone doing that type of thing, I think the best thing for them to do would be to, you know, start firing at the vehicle from the helicopter. Um, Even though the vehicle is traveling at such a rapid, a fast, speed. Um, but at this point, in these type of cases where people are driving on the wrong side of the road, I mean, they obviously don't give a fuck about themselves. So I think at this point, since these evaders are using the vehicle as a weapon, I believe police officers should have, um, you know, um, the freedom by law to shoot at the driver that's operating the vehicle, as to not endanger innocent lives. Because we all know the outcome for this guy. This guy doesn't care. This guy is not going down without a fight. Um, and if he had any weapon in the vehicle, he will be more than happy. He will be glad to use it on the police. So I I would be like a voter towards putting an end to these type of police pursuits at all costs. Okay, but however, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking that there should be some type of sensors on these smart vehicles, um, so that, like I read earlier, what I wrote down, it would technically, the sirens, the police sirens will technically override the driver's commands. The vehicle will override the sirens of the police officer, and with the cameras and everything, will override the driver's commands. So even though the driver wants to go from point A to point B, or whatever the case may be, it will technically, force the vehicle to pull over on the shoulder. Um, Even if it's a false alarm, maybe you guys can program the cars to pull over for at least 5 to 10 minutes, tops, or something like that. Okay, because we can play around with this all day long, right? It's obvious that we are learning as we go. Um, so it's like, why not, implement this idea, this concept into newer vehicles, okay? And not just that, but I've also created another video talking about how these smart vehicles shouldn't even be allowed, they shouldn't even be permitted to drive over the speed limits on any given street. So if a smart vehicle is traveling on a 40 mile per hour road, they shouldn't be permitted to drive over that speed limit. Okay, because Elon Musk is talking about, causing these vehicles to be 100% like autonomous driving. the autonomous driving capabilities. Okay, so like if that's the case, then why the fuck are they allowed to break the law? If they're smart cars, quote unquote smart fucking cars, end quotes, why the fuck are they breaking the law if they are smart cars? And that's my argument towards that particular, um, you know, um, feature. Even, I think, even with autopilots, the drivers are able to either cause the vehicle to go faster or to go slower. Okay, they could bump it up. So why is this allowed? If there's a fucking speed limit, and especially if people are getting tickets over this shit. If people are getting tickets for speeding, then no one in the world should be allowed to go over that speed limit for any recorded tickets, speeding tickets. If someone got pulled over for going 70 miles per hour and they got a ticket for it, then guess what? No one in the world should be allowed to go over that speed limit. Because someone else got in trouble for it. So that means it applies to everyone. Not just, some people. Okay? So, and I know that a lot of people who are used to all these oldie cars, all these classic cars of the past without technology, they think this is all a joke. They think my fucking video is a joke. They think that everything's a joke. So I know for those of you who are in school right now, in colleges, or some of you people who are working for the traffic divisions, and even for like Tesla and other vehicles, other car manufacturers or whatever, different brands of cars or whatever. I know that this video is very important to you people. Okay, because it concerns you. It's a video that is concerning to you. Okay, and your industry, your career, your future, and you want to make roads and freeways and highways a better place for everyone, including yourself and your family members. Okay, so none of this is a fucking joke. And I'm not trying to be an asshole about all of this, but this is the real truth about the whole spectrum when it comes to the driving division, to the traffic division, in this time and age. And if we are really planning on producing the best, safest roads and highways and the best experiences for everyone, then we have to take this stuff seriously, and we have to put an end to all this other shit. Okay? Especially for those who are invading police officers. That's why that this is another reason why I have shared that we should ban older model vehicles for safety reasons. They're not up to date with the modern technology, airbags and, you know, like the brakes. You know, older vehicles don't have all these safety features, especially like we have right now. So I think that if you people really fucking care, you people would fucking ban, a ton of these fucking vehicles on the roads right now. Okay, not just that, but, you know, you people out there are, you people were talking about, um, you know, preventing this or putting a halt to all this global warming. Teslas in dealer ships. So I'm driving down the road. In the passenger side of my mom's vehicle, my parents' vehicle, and I see Teslas. Even when I go out and I see any type of dealerships, I see these vehicles. Well, these vehicles in the fucking store here, basically you guys are contributors to all this global warming shit that's going on. Why the fuck are these cars parked in the fucking dealership when they could be on the fucking roads replacing the old ass cars? Hello? Like, why is no one blogging about this? Why is no one talking about this? Why is no one creating, like some funny ass, sarcastic post about all of this? You guys were talking about, um, you know, um, air pollution, smog, whatever, right? You guys were talking about smog and all kinds of shit. Well, you guys are contributors to it. Get rid of these fucking cars. You guys are not really, being those, like the good advocates. Like, it seems like you people care more about money than your own health and the health of other people. Um, and you people, like you people, um, you people talk a good one. Talking about smog and how you people want to create, electrical vehicles to reduce the air pollution and this global warming shit, whatever the fucking case might be. But all of us, all we can do is fucking window shop. We're window shopping, like 50 Cent said. Something about window shopping. Window shopper. song by 50 Cent. Well, I can't play it, or else my video will get, deleted or whatever the fuck for copyright infringements. But maybe I can play it after this video or something. But seriously, like, are you people serious? You people really want us to drive these vehicles because you guys don't want no smog and shit? How about some of you? What if you people gave away some of these Teslas for Christmas this year? How about that, Santa Claus? You know, providing good people on your good list with Teslas because you want to do something good for the people. And you're not the fucking Grinch. And you don't want to take the joy away from anyone. And you don't want to just give any type of gift to anyone. You want to give the best gift to these motherfuckers. It's not only the safest car out there right now, but it isn't fucking... It's not a contributor to smog. It doesn't emit. It doesn't produce fucking smog. It doesn't do none of this shit. And you know what happens? When you guys are stuck in traffic like this, you guys are dying. You guys are slowly killing each other. Killing animals with smog. Like, seriously, we're not only harming ourselves, but we're harming animals. Watch. Let me look at ways to kill animals with smog from a car. So technically, I was watching this one YouTube video, and this guy was killing. He was like purposely killing. Oh no, it was a lawnmower. A lawnmower instead of a car. He used a lawnmower to kill these. What are they called? Hedgehogs? Yeah, look at that. Hedgehogs. Robot lawnmower threat to kill hedgehogs. Wildlife mutilated by automatic gardening. Wait, no. See, look at is this one. Look at Shedside Massacre. Exterminating the rats under my shed with a carbon monoxide. Something, something, something. So he has this on the exhaust. Pointed right where the rats go. And trust me, it's going to kill them. And this is exactly what it says. Kill squirrels, prairie dogs, groundhogs, and gophers. Cheetah rodent control machine. 1106. It says the cheetah uses the carbon monoxide from a gasoline engine to kill underground rodents such as squirrels, prairie dogs, groundhogs, and gophers fast, efficient, and deadly. Bill for the AG industry, whatever. Okay? So the same is true with all of you. So that's why they're making these mandates, and they're enforcing these newer laws for no smog vehicles by the year 2030 or something like that. I mean 2030. The year 2030. Okay? Or something like that. They have a deadline that they're going to meet where all these vehicles are replaced. But I mean, if this is a severe case and people are dying right now, why the fuck are these cars in the dealerships? I mean, you guys have to reduce. You guys have to, yeah, reduce the monthly payments and extend it if you have to. You know, try $100 a month or some shit like that. Instead of the fucking 400 or 500 or even 1,000 or whatever you fucking car manufacturers or you people dealerships, whatever you people charge monthly for these type of fucking vehicles. And also keeping in mind that you know people are evading police in these newer state of the art vehicles, and they have sensors all over, but they don't have a sensor to obey police officers. um so I have that's why I took the time out of my life to write this down and to share it with everyone publicly. Okay. And like I I wrote this for a reason, because you people might be afraid, of this technology. You people might be like thinking, well, what if I'm like in the middle of a road and there's no one around and a police officer gets behind me and my car is forced to stop, but what if the police officer is a threat to me? Well, that's why I wrote down strictly that it says if any police traffic stop is performed, the main headquarters will be made aware for everyone's safety in mind. It says similar to a notification on a cell phone, it would document the time and date as well and the reason for the traffic stop. A pin drop with the GPS coordinates will also be attached. And then I wrote etc. That means you guys can fill in the blanks. Anything else that you people, you know, whatever else you people might think will be of interest, you know, I'm not the genius here, you know. I'm not fucking Bill the science guy. I'm not Mr. fucking know it all. I'm not AI technology. I don't have a fucking brain implant in my brain. Okay? I'm not a fucking robot. I'm a human being just like all of you stupid motherfuckers. Okay, and I'm a stupid motherfucker as well. Believe me. We are all learning as we go. As we live this life. So, let's all do each other a fucking favor. And let's cut the bullshits. Let's cut right through the bullshits. Like, imagine a big strand of shit. Big, long, like, kind of like a road. And just cutting it right in between. Road long and far. Like right here. Imagine this. Like a piece of shit right here. One long piece of shit. And you people just got a knife and cut it right in half. And divided it. You guys are cutting through this shit. No more going around it. No more interaction with it. We're going to go straight through the motherfucker. Another explanation will be an unpaved road. You know, an unpaved road, um, it makes it very, very difficult for people to drive on. You know, and that's not cutting through the shit. That's interacting with it. That's why these people thought of paving roads to begin with. Anyways, over and out.